Hey 49ers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Chat Sports, and today we have to put a grade on the 49ers Week 3 preseason win over the Kansas City Chiefs 27-17. Listen, if you watched the video last week whenever they were playing in their second preseason game, grades were pretty low. Hey, if you watched last night's game, which I know a lot of you guys did, I myself did, looked a lot better. So we're going to do overall grades. We'll do some individual position grades as well. Obviously talking quarterback, running back, defense, the whole shebang. Before we go though, listen, I preach this every single week. We need 300 more subscribers on our official Chat Sports 49ers YouTube channel to reach 1,000. We're super close, only 300. I know that like 15,000 of you guys watch this video or watch the 49er videos on Chat Sports every single week. So, if you've not subscribed yet, over there, I want you to pause the video, www.chatsports.com/49ers, go subscribe. If we get to 1,000, we can do a ton more videos. You know what? I'm gonna pause right now. 5 seconds. So yes, 5 seconds to go ahead and subscribe. I'll pause. I'll wait. Go ahead. Go on. Down below. All right, there you go. You should have to subscribe now. Now we can jump into the official grades here for the 49ers win against the Kansas City Chiefs just yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video. Let's start. Overall, offensive grade, B+. A heck of a lot better than what it was last week. 27 points, 257 yards passing between Garoppolo and Mullens, 124 yards rushing. The 100-yard rushing trend continues. This time, Matt Breida, we'll talk about him a little bit later. A total of 381 yards, 2 for 4 in the red zone. The overall take here, Jimmy G looked like a new man. From panic last week to star quarterback this week, at least franchise quarterback this week. Beautiful throws to a bunch of different targets. The running game was absolutely fantastic. I mean, Matt Breida looked as good as advertised. And really, it was all due to the fact Jimmy G under center. How awesome was single back or I formation, play action, Jimmy G throwing across the middle? It was fantastic. They used it more last week. I think Kyle Shanahan saw something in the tape to open up the middle of the field and looked really, really good doing it. Protection from the O-line, good, not great. Gave up 2 sacks, but looked a lot better than what happened against Bradley Chubb and Von Miller last week whenever they took on the Denver Broncos. They needed to convert more on 3rd and 4th down. They had some good 3rd down pickups, but the 4th and 1 inside Chiefs territory in the opening drive, the batted pass, you want to get that down. Overall, though, a much better offensive performance for the 49ers. We'll give it a B+ on the offensive grade. Defensive grade here. I'm going to say C-, but it doesn't feel like a C-. Like, it wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't great, especially whenever Patrick Mahomes was in there. Now, it is Patrick Mahomes, the reigning MVP. We don't expect him to look bad against our defense. And, of course, there's still some guys missing on the defensive line for the 49ers. But at the same time, got to give credit where credit is due. Mahomes carved this defense up. There was very little pressure on Patrick Mahomes when he was in there. Although, I will say this, why was Solomon Thomas covering the best Chiefs running back on that 62-yard touchdown pass? Does anyone want to explain that to me? That made absolutely no sense. Overall, secondary, they actually did struggle. I mean, Richard Sherman looked like he got beat a lot, and Ahkello Witherspoon as well got beat. But I did like what I saw from Jimmy Ward, who got to play a lot in this game. Final thought, though, Kwon Alexander, first time we saw him on the field, limited action, but looked good. We expected him to be a real leader on this defense, and looks like he's going to live up to the big price tag and the hype that we've had ever since signing him over from Tampa Bay. C-, it's more due to the fact you didn't get a lot of pressure on Mahomes, and the secondary struggled a lot. I think the front 7, when healthy, when they're all in there, is going to be good, but at the same time, the secondary is still going to be a problem this year, and against good offenses like the Chiefs, they are going to get carved up like we saw just yesterday. Special teams, is it the best unit or group on this team right now? B+ for them. Wishnowski, there's a reason they spent a 4th-round pick on this punter. He had that 62-yard bomb that pinned the Chiefs back at the 3-yard line. Fantastic. Couple of, lower grade, letter grade drops here because Dante Pettis had the muff punt. Robbie Gould was his good usual self, 2 for 2. There's a reason they spent the money and got him. Overall, I think special teams is going to be a big bright spot on this squad. It showed up again last week because, again, your field goal kicker is one of the top 5 field goal kickers in the league. And right now, this rookie punter, last week we saw him kick off hitting people, running people over, and today we saw his punting leg, 62 yards, pinning him back deep. All right. Before we move on, there are some of you who did not go and subscribe to our Chat Sports YouTube channel when I told you to, so I have to remind you again, it's what we do here at Chat Sports. We have an official 49ers page. You guys love this on Chat Sports, so go subscribe to the official page as well. www.chatsports.com/49ers. If anything, help a brother out. Like, help me out here. It would help out Thomas Mott, myself, a lot. So go ahead, please. We're 300 away. I want to see all 300 subscribers up to 1,000 by the end of this week. All right, so again, overall, B+, I believe we're at B+ for the offense, C- for the defense, and a B+ for the special teams. Those are our overall grades. Let's get into some individual grades as well. Got to start with Jimmy G. Last week, did I give him an F? Was it a D-? It was low. 1 for 6. He looked terrible. Bad interception, batted balls, was not on target at all. Completely different Jimmy Garoppolo. 14 of 20, 188 yards, 1 touchdown pass, which was a beauty to the running back Breida on the left side. I mean, talk about a throw, right? That's an MVP quality throw there. He also had a 116 quarterback rating. He still had some batted balls done. He still looked a little bit uncomfortable under pressure, but again, night and day from last week, he looked really, really good, and I think for at least me, and you guys as well, definitely kind of settled our nerves about what we saw from Jimmy Garoppolo last week. Hopefully, it's a ball and a snowball effect that continues to roll. The more opportunities he gets, the more reps he gets, the better he is going to look, but it was a positive performance from Jimmy G. And something quickly I mentioned in the opener offensive grade, I formation, under center, play action, he looked great. A little more Patriot-style offense. You see Brady do that a lot. Kyle Shanahan figured something out, and it worked well and showed on the field against the Chiefs just yesterday. Question for you guys here. What grade would you give Jimmy G's performance last night? A, B, C, D, F? Definitely not an F. But I want to know where you guys rank, where you guys are sitting and feeling on what you saw from Jimmy Garoppolo last night. Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, next. Matt Breida, the feature back last night, who's probably just earned the number 2 backup, the number 2 running back spot on this squad. Obviously, Jerick McKinnon's still coming back from injury, so he might have it by default. He looked great running out of single back. He looked great on the couple of tosses he had on third down conversions. He really played like a number 2 back. You can make the case he played like a number 1 back last night, but we know how good Tevin Coleman is and how good he's looked in the previous weeks. But overall, love what I saw from Matt Breida. The offensive line had massive running lanes. I think this is going to be a run-heavy team that surprises a lot of people. Don't be shocked. This is a top 5, top 10 rushing team in the National Football League this year. Give me the A+ for Matt Breida. I had to pick a wide receiver next. I guess I go with Deebo Samuel. No receiver really stood out that much. Richie James, again, caught a lot of balls. I think 4 balls in total. But Deebo Samuel, B-, 2 really nice catches. Had that long one for 21 yards. He had 4 targets, so didn't catch all of them. But at the same time, his 2 catches, especially across the middle of the field, I think show the explosiveness and the energy he's going to bring to this offense. Again, is he going to be an 80-catch guy this year? Is he going to be a 50-catch guy this year? I really don't know. But at the same time, when he gets the ball, when he gets the ball in his hands, he can be electric and looked really good in his 2 catches last night. Question for you guys, because again, receivers last night, good but not great. Who is the best receiver on the squad? I don't know if I've asked this one yet. In your mind, who's the best receiver on the 49ers? Go ahead, scroll down. Let me know in the comments down below. I didn't pick an individual offensive lineman. I go with the full offensive line because, again, like, who are we going to grade here, right? Overall, B-, vastly improved from last night, or from last week. They did give up 2 sacks, but again, compared to where it was last week, where Jimmy Garoppolo had people flying around him and hitting him and falling at his feet, it was a nasty pocket. Pocket was a little bit cleaner. And Jimmy Garoppolo looked a lot more comfortable because he had time to throw. That's going to be a huge key for the 49ers going forward this season. If Garoppolo's upright, not running for his life, not getting hit, not taking sacks, this can be an offense that can move the football down the field. And they ran the ball very well, which is all credit to the offensive line. This, again, looks like an excellent running team. All right, defense. Let's go with Kwon Alexander. Because, again, the secondary struggled. I mentioned that I like what Jimmy Ward did. But at the same time, I want to highlight Kwon Alexander because he was back on the field for the first time in a 49ers uniform in an actual game since injuring himself in Tampa. Didn't do exactly much. They don't jump off the screen in terms of numbers. 3 tackles, 2 of those were solo. But he looks like the leader at the linebacker position that we've been clamoring for and hoping for here in San Francisco. Himself, alongside Fred Warner, and of course either Malcolm Smith or Dre Greenlaw, or whoever you want to fit into that Sam linebacker position, I think creates a dangerous linebacker group for the San Francisco 49ers. And again, we give Kwon Alexander an A- not because of the stats, but because he was on the field and looked like he was healthy and ready to go for Week 1 whenever the 49ers finally get this regular season started. which is actually very soon. Like what, 2 weeks away? Like 2 Sundays away from now? We're close, guys. We're very, very close. So again, Alexander, let's give him an A-. Final guy here. I did see CJ Beathard last week. Obviously, CJ Beathard did not play in this game. I told you guys this would happen last week. Nick Mullens, it was going to be his show after Jimmy G came out at the end of halftime. And Mullens, in my opinion, solidified the backup quarterback job tonight. He had 2 very efficient touchdown drives, 8 of 11, 84 yards, 7.6 yards per attempt. He looked like he was in command and looked like a guy who should be the backup behind Jimmy Garoppolo. And if Jimmy gets injured, and again, I see the comments where it's like, Thomas wants Jimmy Garoppolo to get injured. He talks about it so much. No, I'm just a realist and know that lower leg injuries on quarterbacks can be rough to come back from, so I want to have some insurance behind Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want Mullens to start at all. I hope he doesn't. But if I'm going to pick one, Mullens over Beathard, I think it's 100% clear, and he showed that last night. The report is that Kyle Shanahan said after the game that Beathard will play in the Week 4 game, or the Week 4 preseason game next week. Don't make much of that. Again, Mullens is going to be your backup. I'm gonna call it right now. If I'm wrong, then you can come back and comment and tell me I'm an idiot. But again, I'd be hard-pressed to believe Nick Mullens is not going to be the backup quarterback, especially after what he did last night. All right, overall grade, I want you guys to give it to me for the 49ers Week 3 preseason game win against the Chiefs. A, B, C, D, F, plus, minus, whatever you want. I want your overall grade. So, down below, if you're doing an individual grade, type Jimmy G, colon, and then the grade. That way I know you're going Jimmy G, right? Obvious. And then if you're doing an overall grade, do 49ers, colon, overall grade. B plus, A minus, whatever you want it to be. I think it's in the B minus area is where I would have to go because, again, the secondary is concerning because they got carved up by Patrick Mahomes. But at the same time, I want to hear from you guys because that's how this works, right? I provide the content, you guys watch it for your enjoyment, and provide the feedback as well. The way I know how to improve and give you guys the best 49ers videos here on YouTube, which, as we're talking about it, I'm going to remind you one more time, guys, we just need 300 more subscribers. And literally, that's not a big ask because 13,000 people watch this every single week. Right? The 49ers report here, they watch it. So, go to www.chatsports.com/49ers and give your boy a subscription. Click the little box. That way we can produce even more content for you guys here at Chat Sports because we're doing a ton of great stuff here. Actually, just received our silver YouTube 1,000 subscriber play button the other day, which a lot of you guys commented about me on. I appreciate that for you guys overall. Again, there are your overall grades. Offense, B+, defense, C-, special teams, B+, Jimmy G, B+, Matt Breida, A+, Deebo Samuel, B-, O-line, B-, Kwon Alexander, A-, and Nick Mullens, B- as well, as he is locked up, in my opinion, the backup quarterback's job. Again, that's all the time that we have for today. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Thomas Mott, and be sure to subscribe to Chat Sports down below. Plenty more content coming this week for all you 49ers fans. For Chat Sports, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.